Have you ever been left out and felt like it was the end of the world? Hi, I'm Isabella Maloof, and I believe we should try hard to be inclusive all the time. Being excluded feels terrible in the moment, but once a couple of days pass, the sting fades away. If you're feeling left out, you can ask yourself if you will care about the situation in 5 years. If the answer is no, then don't spend more than 5 minutes thinking about it. There have been many times when I have been left out, and I was pretty bummed out. There have also been times when I have been exclusive and left other people out, which raises a question you may be asking yourself. If I know how bad it feels to be left out, then why would I leave other people out? Simple question, right? So it should have a simple answer. But no, the answer is quite complicated. Just because you know how it feels to be left out doesn't mean you're always going to be the most inclusive. Often, we copy the same exclusionary behaviors as others like it's the only play we know in the playbook. But I think we should learn from how awful it feels and be more empathetic. In fact, being left out is an important experience in a lot of ways. We need to understand what it is like to be left out, so next time we will be more inclusive. Also, once we've felt it a few times, we won't make it into such a big deal. That's just life. We will not be invited to go everywhere and do everything everyone ever does. If we are left out along with another person, we can make the best of it by asking them to hang out, because then you can enjoy the day instead of feeling sorry for yourself at home. For many middle schoolers, social media plays a major factor in whether we feel included or excluded. Most of us in middle school have some sort of social media platform. Social media is a way for people to share what they do in their everyday lives. When people are hanging out, they tend to share pictures and videos on apps like Instagram and Snapchat. In a way, they want everyone who's following them to know that they are hanging out with their friends. And of course, people tend to show themselves looking their best, doing the most fun things. But seeing lots of our friends together having fun without us in a video or picture can have a big impact on our feelings. Next time you're about to share something, stop and think about who might feel hurt. You might decide not to post that video or picture. If you do see a post that gives you that dreaded FOMO or fear of missing out, just remember, social media doesn't show you what's real or true. It shows you the version of people's lives they want to show off, not the millions of selfies they took but didn't post because they looked real instead of perfect. People don't post pictures of themselves looking sad or lonely, no matter how often they might feel that way. What's the difference between just choosing to hang out with a few friends versus being exclusive? Being exclusive is inviting a majority of your friend group and excluding just a few people. Hanging out with a few friends is not exclusive because there are still so many people who weren't invited that there's no reason to be upset. If there are certain people who constantly leave us out, then we should try and make new friends who do include us. Being inclusive is being open to hanging out with all different types of people. Being inclusive is also asking different people to hang out, not just the same couple of people every time. It doesn't matter if you're in a popular or not popular friend group, as long as you have a good group of friends who care about you, everything will be all right. We have all been left out many times, and it is not fun. Most of the time, I found out my friends are hanging out through social media and overhearing them talk about it at school. Now, when I find out I'm being excluded, I don't get sad. Instead, I wonder, if they are really my friends, then why aren't they inviting me too? That's why it's nicer not to post online, gush about how much fun we had, and it's more polite not to plan things at school. If we want to hang out with our friends, then we should text them or call them outside of school, because when people overhear, it hurts their feelings. If we get frustrated over this issue a lot, we should talk to our friends and help them to understand how we're feeling. Sometimes they just say they'll fix it, and they don't, but other times they start making an effort to include others. In the scripture that Charlotte read for us, it says, "Do not let any evil things come out of your mouths. Only say things that will build others up." This is like the saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. This scripture also connects to the social media aspect of inclusivity and exclusivity. If you know that a person will hurt someone's feelings, don't post it at all. The scripture also says to forgive one another, just as God forgave you because of what Christ has done. This is what you should do after you talk to your friends about how you're feeling. Forgive them for the mistakes they have made in the past, because they won't always make those same mistakes in the future. I hope you'll join me in trying my best to include others and show our friends that we care about them. Thank you.